welcome back to my C++ tutorial series. So I'm Mawuena, a cybersecurity student at Ghana Telecom, and today is week 2 of our journey, and we'll cover types and declarations, the very foundation of C++ programming. So let's dive right into it. So basically, this is basically the background of the C++. That's a code editor for programming. So we'll get into it step by step. But first, let's talk about what data types is about. So in C++, data types tells the compiler what kind of data a variable can hold, right? So for example, an integer holds an int, right? int holds integers, and a float holds decimal numbers, and so on. So let's dive straight into our code. So we already have our hash include IOstream, just as we talked about in one lesson. Let's dive straight into it. So we are going to declare some basic data types that we have to know in C++. Let's just dive straight into it. So first, let's declare an integer, right? And age is in the form of whole numbers. So we pick age and we pick 18. We are going to use comments to enable our user or anybody that read the code to know what it's happening here. Sorry, this is integer. Right. Floats for decimals, and we can get decimals in weight. So let's get our weight as 5. It's 5.5, right? That's fine. That's so fine. Don't forget your comment. Comment is optional, but it helps. You take the code anytime you can. You can get what you want to know. So we are declaring our character as green, and we take note that characters require a single quote. Take note of that. Unlike the string that requires a single quote, our characters requires single quote only. Let's get to it. A. A grade can be a character, and you definitely don't want an F. An A is fine. Single. Please take notice that C++ is case sensitive. So take notice of that. I'm sure you understand case sensitive. A boolean for true or false instances. We have something like a sparse, which is true. I mean, you can choose false if you want to. Yeah, that's fine. A boolean. I like capital Y. Function of the end line is to help us move to the next line, basically, so that one sentence wouldn't be clamped on one line. That's the function of the end line. Hey, I click on couples again. I don't know how to type fast though. Get it. Line. You don't want all to be on the same line, so obviously, if you don't want to use the end line, you can use the slash in. Basically, what this code entails that I declared 4 common variables that are used in 4 variables using different data types, right? And we use the integer, the int, the float, the character, that's the char, and the boolean. So these are some very basic types in C++. Let's run the program and see the output. But before that, we need to know that integers requires whole number. That's why I used age, because age, you don't have age in decimals, so obviously. And floats, we require decimals, hence we use the weights, because your weights can be in decimals. And we use our character, and we choose your character can be $sign if you want to, but since we're using grade, we chose A, and our boolean for true or false instances. Basically, that's what it's about. Alright, so let's run this. Perfect. So as you can see, our code ran correctly with no errors. So basically, this talks about variable and data types declarations in C++. But before we end with this lesson, let's talk about the declaration of strings. So let's go back to our codes and let's declare a string. No, we don't want this. No. For strings, we need to include a string header. So we have a string header, right? We need the hash include IOString. That's the input and output string. Okay, and let's declare our string. Let me use a string name, my name. String name equals Mawuena. You can use a name if you want to. So my name is. Take note, string requires 2 quotation mark, double quotes. Float requires 1 quote. Take notes of this. Obviously help you with the next line. It doesn't keep different codes on the same line. So it helps in spacing out basically. I think everything is alright. Let's run this. Sorry. No, we don't want that. It's not for us. What's happening? It should run. No, I don't know. It should run because there's no error, but let's compile and run again. Perfect. My name is Mawuena. String name. Take note that strings, we need to include a string header as we did. Basically, that's what it entails. So we need to dive deeper into the declaration. So let's continue to talk about how to declare variables. So to declare a variable, you need to write and type them first. So the name of the variable, and the variable, and you optionally give any value you want. So for integers we use whole numbers, for floats we use decimals, so you can choose to use temperature, or as we did initially you can choose to use weight. And for characters we use grade, because you have a as a character, you can use the dollar sign, whatever suits you, you can do that. Basically, let's declare something here. So you want to declare a value that never changes, right? Alright, use constant. Mind you, float is decimal, that's how we have this. The program will throw an error, which I'm not doing so basically that's how it works. So that's all for the two tutorials, cover types and declarations. One of the most important things every C++ beginner must understand. And in week 3 we will explore pointers, arrays and structures. So don't forget to practice and subscribe if you are watching on YouTube. See you the next time.